So I hear a lot of talk about beaches in Jamaica, and Jamaica beaches are private and you have no access to the beaches. And I don't think it's just in Jamaica, but when a large hotel spends hundreds of millions of dollars to buy a property in Jamaica, or anywhere for that reason, but just say Jamaica. A lot of times when they buy this property, the beach is not so great. They buy a empty land full of bush and mangrove and trees, and they have to spend a fortune making it better. Not only building the buildings, but creating everything around the building, the sewage, the runoff of the water, creating the beautiful gardens, and then they have to deal with the beach. And a lot of times they have to clean the beach, get rid of all the rocks in the water. They have to bring in a lot of sand and make it look good. And at the end of the day, they own that property. Now, the beach line might be part of Jamaica. It's a part of a beach line that, you don't own the water. But then you have their beach, which is inside their property. Now, that obviously would have to be private, because they spend so much money, and then guests come and they pay their money to stay in the property, and they want a beach to be themselves. They want a private beach. And I notice a lot of times that you have the vendors walking across on the bottom of the water. They're selling stuff. They have their little boats in the water, and they're trying to make money. And yes, and that's how they make their living. And a lot of the guests support that. And they're not really harassed. They go, they meet with the vendors, they buy their jewelry, whatever they're selling. And it's a part of the cycle of how money is made in tourism. Now, yes, we do have other beaches that were taken over by private institutions, and they were in horrible condition. And the owners made it fabulous, bars and restaurants, and fixing up the beaches and putting in gazebos and proper security and proper bathroom facilities. And if I had a choice, am I going to go to a beach, don't pay, and can't use the bathroom? The place have garbage, the water not nice, it is overcrowded, or do I go to a place and pay my money where I'm going to be comfortable, I'm going to get good service, I'm going to get a nice beach chair, I'm going to have a table I can eat at, I'm going to have a good bathroom facility, the restaurant is going to be good, the whole atmosphere is clean. I have to weigh my odds. I've been to a lot of public beaches, and it's great for a couple hours, and I enjoy myself, and I can't really think of many. Okay, so say Hellshire. I used to go to Hellshire Beach, and Hellshire Beach is almost devastated. A lot of the beach has gone. It's eroded, and the vendors have taken over the beach, and everybody's cooking, and people do go there, but there's not much. I haven't been there in a long time, but I used to struggle for parking. I used to struggle when I got there. I had to struggle to get in. I struggled to find a spot on the beach. I couldn't use the bathroom because the bathroom wasn't as clean as it should be. And then there was Fort Clarence. I used to go over to Fort Clarence, and Fort Clarence became private. Somebody took it over. They've cleaned it up. They put in a restaurant. There's a good bathroom. It's not the same as it was before. And there's a fee to go in, but that fee is small, and it allows the security, the privacy, and a little better experience. Then there's one called Boardwalk, which is just down the road from Fort Clarence, and I go to that. Again, it's open to the public. You go in, but it's private. It has a restaurant. It has a good seating area. It has people serving you. And if I had to pay a fee, and then there's parking across the road, and it's not so, hard. So, that's, and I know what everybody's saying, and Jamaica is Jamaica. We must have all the public beaches to access them, and it's not possible. It's just not possible. Why would a hotel come in I don't want to name any brand, but spend billions, and then anybody can just access the beach and walk on the beach. They're coming in to put money, they're coming in to make money, they're coming in to give money back. A lot of these hotels hire a lot of people. They hire, I think there are like 400,000 people that are hired into the hotel hospitality industry. Take that away, what would they do? 400,000 people, what would they do? What would they do? And that takes care of things. Yes, you can say, well, they need to pay them better, they need to treat them better, but they have a job, and it's for them to come together and find a way to make it work. And they give back their, to their families, and they school their families, and, they learn hospitality, they learn food and beverage. I heard somebody the other day say, I started at this hotel cleaning and sweeping, and I worked my way up, and I worked my way up to the beach, and then I worked my way up to water sports, and then I worked my way up into entertainment, and then I worked my way up into entertainment management, and I kept working my way up. So he got an opportunity to go from here, and he takes his time and he climbed the ladder, and he can still climb. Depends on you, depends on what you do. Now, I want to go to the beach tomorrow. What are my choices? I jump on the highway and I drive 45 minutes to Bamboo Beach, to Bamboo Club, or whatever you call it, in Ocherius. Or I go further down to another beach in Trelawney. Those I have to pay to go through the gate. But if I'm going to eat, they probably won't charge me. I'm going to the restaurant. But once I'm going on the beach and I want a beach chair and I want beach attendants, they're going to charge me a small fee. It could be 1,500 Jamaican to go in. But I get a good bathroom facility, I get clean, I get security. So what do? Or am I going to go somewhere else where there's nothing there? And I have to wonder where I put my bag, where I go and sit down, where I go and use the bathroom. I have to weigh the odds. And they have Doctors Cave Beach in Montego Bay. You pay a fee to go in. It's ram on a weekend. People enjoy it. And there's so much. You get umbrellas, you get chairs, you get service. There's a bar there, there's a restaurant. Or you can go a little further down in Montego Bay to that public beach, which is also well kept by the government. It's a well kept beach. You can choose what you want. You can take a boat ride out to Lime Key, to Maiden Key. You won't have to pay for the canoe to go out there. Make sure you keep your garbage and bring it back. Don't leave it on the beach. So I saw this list go out of all these beaches that are public. I see them. I don't go to a lot of them, so I can't speak on them. But I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I can say that I love going to the beach. I love going to hotels. I work as a destination travel specialist, as a wedding planner, as an event planner. I do a lot for promotion for Jamaica. I've not had a bad experience yet at any private beach that I've gone to. I've been to a few public beaches. I guess we can only do what we can do and decide on what the next step is. What is the next step? I went to this other small boutique hotel in Ocherius, Runaway Bay type of thing, St. Anne. You see the beach behind me. It's a property that was taken over. It's bought. It's a nice 60 rooms. It has a little beach. They're fixing it up. They're working on it. It has a lovely pool. It has a saltwater pool. And I went there on a day pass. I think I paid 6,500 Jamaican dollars. I got lunch. I got drinks. I got good service. I got a nice gazebo. And I got a well-cleaned place. Why not? That's worth it to me. By the time I go pack up and go buy food and go buy drink and go get cooler and go to this other beach and sit down and have to worry about no shade and have to worry about just my 2 cents. We're still all right. We still have choices. We still have opportunities to go to the beach. And we still can enjoy ourselves.